Hi, I'm Liz Parker, senior editor with Candy Industry Magazine. Today we're talking to Dean and Tracy Ernst of Essential Candy. Thanks for being here today with us.
Thank you, Liz. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. We are very grateful.
And to start off, what are some consumer trends and behaviors in the natural and organic category right now?
I think the thing looking at trends, it's really interesting. More and more customers, I think, are looking for something to help them. This is, if anything, that's the trend. It's not, we're not seeing, and we're very unique in the industry. We make what we define as a functional hard candy. So our customers really are looking for those better for you products. And so, we've listened to our customers more than say follow trends. I mean, our customers really are the trend for us. So we're not really chasing things out there. We're a little unique. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I absolutely would. And candy isn't about a sweet tooth anymore. It's more than that. We're using real ingredients. We're using, real plant botanicals and the essences of those plants. And there's depth to that. And so it's not really a sweet, in my opinion. And a lot of our customers feel that way as well, that it doesn't taste sweet, which is
So
nice.
yeah, and I think really overall the trend for us is again staying with those real ingredients. Those better for you, the functional aspect. Customers want to take control of their health. And we just have a unique product that works in a candy form.
I've definitely been seeing that people are trending towards better for you because they want to have that candy, that indulgence, but they also want to keep eating healthy.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, if they have a sweet tooth, well, our product isn't, like Tracy said, sweet, but it can satisfy because it's very long lasting. So it kind of, takes away some of those cravings or urges, I think, in some ways too.
That makes sense. In the trends category, can you also talk about like flavors, ingredients, maybe buying occasions, things like that?
I think maybe buying occasions I can talk on
Yeah,
too,
go
and then
ahead.
you
Sure.
talk on kind of the flavors maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's the buying trends for us, we don't follow like if it's Halloween or if it's kind of Valentine's. Our buying trends aren't seasonal or really if there's an occasion. We do see where I see, if anything, it's where our customers actually want us or purchase some of our products to help people that are going through something. Our mission first is when somebody buys a bag, we donate a bag to somebody going through chemotherapy treatments and cancer groups. So we see that a lot where people want to purchase to help somebody. And so if anything, that's kind of what I would say.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, that's a great initiative as well.
Thank you. And that's at the core of us. I mean, Tracy
Mhm.
spent this wasn't even a business to start with. It was really Tracy trying to help a friend
Mhm.
and sitting in those wonderful cancer group meetings. And this is how we evolved.
And it's,
Um, oh,
and we're
sorry, go
truly
ahead.
that story, when we were first putting the blend together to help with the nausea, we brought it to our friend and it cleared it up and he was able to eat. And that's, one of the biggest challenges with chemo treatments in particular. That nausea is just so full that they're just not able to put any nutritious food into their bodies until they can alleviate that nausea and then that nutrition can come in. So we're that story of he told somebody and they told somebody, and next thing you know, we're continuing to help a lot of different people. So Dean, being the serial entrepreneur here, he suggested, look, we could help a lot more people. Let's just see how this goes. And here we are 5 years later. So
And that's kind of how it coined a phrase too for us, the candy with purpose.
Okay, that makes sense to me. You've kind of talked about this already, but how does Essential Candy work to keep up with current consumer interests? You kind of said like the consumers inform the interests.
Yeah, I think it's probably more about just being transparent. Our
mhm.
people see our ingredients and they can read them. They can pronounce them because it's real food, real plants, real. We don't hide anything. And, I will say this, what was interesting this year, I heard it a lot more than other years. People saying, I'm glad you don't have natural flavors. I don't know what natural flavors are. So I stay away from products that tell me it says natural flavors. And that's an interesting thing that, yeah, that's right. We don't have natural flavors. And I think that falls in line with people really wanting to read the labels and understand what they're reading and putting into their bodies. I mean, that's what our clients do. And more, we just see it. It's just people are really wanting to take their health into control. And it's just very unique in that, we're just here to help. Really, that's truly our mission. So we're really grateful for being here to help so many people, and the testimonials we get daily tell us, thank you for doing this. Thank you for helping. So it's really quite a blessing and a journey we're on.
Okay. And then I was gonna ask, speaking of ingredients, how do you choose the unique ingredients in your candy? Some of them are really interesting. I haven't seen that in candy before.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, I'm gonna let
right.
Tracy
Yeah.
answer that because she's the master that puts all this together. I'm just on the sidelines trying to help.
No.
No.
So specifically speaking about Curb, this one was, I would say, is Curb AM in particular. So it contains dandelion root, schisandra berry, peppermint, dill, black pepper, really all unique flavors. When tasted individually, they all have their depth and their deliciousness. And if you've never tried schisandra berry, it is a 5 flavor point. So you'll pick up on the sour, the sweet, the bitter, the pungent. And so when you have that come through in the candy, it definitely shows up, and it's very, very different. And how I choose them is I spend so much time researching all of the potential plants that would encompass what it is I'm trying to target with the help that people are looking for. And this particular blend that we put together was about 2 years of research, diving into those plants. I have a very sensitive sense of smell
And taste.
and taste. And if those plants that I'm seeking to use, and a lot of them overlap with their benefits. So when I choose the plants, they have to be appropriate to my nose first and foremost. And when something just doesn't smell good, then it's just not going to work. So I'll sub something else out. And most of the time, because of all of the research that I do, I already know sort of what they smell like and what they're going to behave like. And so I kind of go from there. And that one I would say is the most challenging one to date, of putting all of those plants into a unique candy. And the nice way in which I blend them is some of those plants will show up solely on the tongue. So you'll taste a little dill and it'll leave, and a little peppermint will come in and it'll leave. And then you might get a combination of a few of those. So it just feels a little unique and magical in the way that it hits the tongue. And so that's how that one was treated. And we did a focus group as well for about a year on individuals. And so we ended up with an AM and a PM for Curb. And we introduced that in January of this year.
Yeah, and that's all about curbing food cravings. That one's really kind of been driven again from customer input,
I was going to ask, but you pretty much answered it. I was going to say, do you do like taste testings, or because like, how do you know, like if you think something's going to taste great and then you try it and you're like, oh no, it
Well,
doesn't taste great.
let me just answer that one quick thing here. So I am a lot of times the taster. When Tracy creates it, I'm the first to come out after her. And I will tell you, like, she's amazing at what she does. First of all, she has a very, very unique gift to be able to extract and create these unique blends, we call them. But once in a while, they're interesting when she's trying to craft something, and that's okay, but I will say probably 95% of the time, they are absolutely amazing on the first try. And she has a whole bunch that she's created that we haven't brought to market yet. But, our goal is definitely at least one new product if we can every year, possibly 2. I think this year we are going to have another one that we hope to release by the end of this year too. So, but again, working with our customers to try these different things it's the perfect focus groups. I mean, why wouldn't you take advantage of those loyal customers that are here to try and help themselves? And if they want to opt in and help us, it's a win-win.
Right. That makes sense. I know there's a chocolate company I know of that does that. I was at their facility a couple months ago and it was like focus group this way. And I'm like, how do I
Yeah.
sign up for that?
Yeah,
That sounds
right.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, well, it's the same way. We just send
Yeah.
something out to our customers and say, hey, would you like to opt in? Here's the requirements. And if you're with us for this journey, great. And we'll, work with them to provide the different products and see what the results are. But Curb's been pretty amazing. I mean, people really, again, want to take the initiative to help themselves. And that one in particular, people are on a journey and they really look to us to try and help them.
Okay, sounds good. And then you kind of mentioned this already, but do you have anything upcoming in 2024? Or you said you just released the Curb products?
Right. So, yes, so we did release Curb in January of 2024. And just touching a little bit on the focus group, when we do festivals too, we have a great opportunity to meet, new people that have never tried our candies. And then we get those customers that have maybe met us at that same festival the year before, or the year before that, and they'll come in and they'll just almost like the first time they say, oh, I buy from you all the time. What do you have that's new? And so from that purpose, I am working towards something for a little bit of secret. But the cool thing is that I've been testing it with these individuals that are super fans, the ones that have been with us almost from the beginning, and they show up and they want to know what's new, and they're like such a huge supporter for us. So I'll say, hey, I've got something new. I brought some with me. Do you want to try it? And they're all like super excited. And so from that standpoint, it's really great because I can ask some specific questions like, can you really taste the lemon balm? I'll give you a little treat here. Can you really taste this? Can you really taste that? Should I elevate it a little more? Just sort of getting a little bit of feedback from the people that are, are huge supporters. And not to discount Dean's taste buds at all. He has always been a champion.
Yeah.
Of everything that I come across and taste. Hey, what do you think of this? Should I tone down the peppermint a little, or things like that? And so appreciate the journey that we're on here together, and the fact that you get to be my guinea pig sometimes.
Being husband and wife and partners to that business are,
Yeah.
we've been married now 24 years, but I think the key to the success of that is staying in our own lanes. We have to be good at our own stuff and we have to stay there. And I'm not good at her job.
And I'm not good at it.
There you go. So, but yeah, this year's going to be really fun as we've ramped up production. We've got some new products coming up.
So
We,
excited.
this is really kind of, I would say, if anything, our real breakout year.
Okay, sounds good. Love to be on the lookout. And then last question for each of you. What is your favorite essential candy product to enjoy?
Ooh.
Well, mine's probably a little less than Tracy's, but I mean, they're all amazing. But the one I do kind of lean towards is what we call our wellness blend. So that has elderberry, berry, lemon, and rose hips. And that one is to try and help the immune system, of course. And that's the one that really supports me on my daily journey. So I take that daily. Some people treat that one, when they feel sick or whatever the case may be, to just help themselves. But for me and many of our customers, that one's a little more like a daily, where just trying to keep your health supported. And not to mention that I think it's the most delicious one. The other one might be Complete, which has 6 different plants in it. And that one is such a unique one that just tastes amazing. But that's very beneficial with high antioxidants. And so those are the 2 I probably take most. And then what about you?
And I have 3 favorites that I use almost daily, but I'll just mention the one that I think I've been using a little more lately, and it's our Uplifting, and it has ashwagandha, skullcap, orange, and lavender in it, and it's designed to help with any kind of feelings of anxiousness or worry or upset or stress, or those kinds of things. And it is really, for me, when I take it, it's if I'm starting to feel a little like bubbling up the surface kind of feeling. And so I love that one because it feels very calming and very relaxing, just to kind of tone down a little bit of the stress that we can feel from time to time. So.
Okay, sounds good. Well, those are all the questions I had, but thanks again for being here today with us.
Well, thank you, Liz. Thank you so much.